Hello guys, and welcome back to our last Laravel tutorial for beginners. Now today we are supposed now to edit this record and delete the records, and we mark the end for our CRUD: create, read, delete, and update, definitely. So let's get started. We were able to retrieve it. So we were able to read and display the information, and we can just do that one more time. So I'll just come here and use my fake filler to fill everything, save that information, and that record will show down here. So don't mind background noises, I'm in a noisy place. So we said we're going to edit. So first of all, we need to make sure that here we have the routes to the delete and have the route to edit these details. So I'll do a route named edit, and then here we'll need to pass the ID of the item or the record that you want to edit. So I'll do item and ID. We'll just do the same for delete. I'll just create them at the same time. So delete, and then we'll pass the item ID like that, and then we'll go to our routes, and we need to create the two routes. So I'll create the first route, and the first route that we need is for edit, which is going to be a get. So this is edit, and now when you're passing a variable in Laravel, you use that and you give it a name, which is ID, and that name is what you're going to use it in the controller to be able to access this record. And then we need also to go to the same user details controller, and we want to access the edit method. So this will now retrieve the information that we want so that we can display it on our user interface for this record. So to do that, I'll just copy this because we need to use almost the same syntax. So I'll just open my browser, then I'll need to create another one called edit.blade.php, and then we're done with that part. So I'll just paste it, and then I want to remove the table. So I'll remove the table here. So we just need to remain with this information. Now let's write a method now to retrieve this information. So this, instead of let's just say update user details. Perfect. So let's go to our user details controller. Let's write a function for edit. So public function edit, and then we are passing an ID, remember, and maybe you've forgotten what you're supposed to do. When you go to our routes, this one should be the same exact method as you want to access on this side, and if you're passing any variable here of any parameter on your URL, you can access it here. Okay, it is a parameter again on the function. So here we'll say user. It's not a must to do this, we can just return the view. So return view, and the view that we want is edit, and we want to return information about the user. So we'll just do with. What we want is user, and here we'll just say user details, because this is now the model. User details, and here we'll have where ID. It's going to be that ID. We haven't checked whether the ID exists yet, so I hope you now start to get the basis, because if someone passes an ID that does not exist, this will definitely throw an error. But I would say we're not handling any error, so probably look at the channel. There'll be more videos coming on this, and we'll learn more. So today let me just teach you how to, first of all, getting a Laravel application set up, and you know how to start and go with it. And here we'll just do get, so we can get that record like that, and now we'll return this view with this information. So if you go to our edit and you click edit, alright, we need to reload this. Definitely. Let's see whether we have it. So edit. Perfect. So it returns this view but without any information. So let's feed that data. So this is going to be an array. So if I just do if you go to edit, we want to edit the user, so we'll come here to this, say value, and what we want to pass here is user. And because now we are returning it as an array, so we'll just need to access the first element, which is 0, and this is full names. Remember, this is what we have on our database. Then if we just come back and reload this information, we have John Doe appearing there. So we can do the same for ID number. So this will be value is gonna be user 0, first element, because it's an array. Then we have this is ID number, same case to the date of birth, so this is value, it's going to be ID, actually it's user, then 0 ID, this is DOB. That's how you saved it on our database. So, and then this will be update information, like that. So you reload that and you get everything is as we wanted. Now before, if we click this, we'll definitely have an error. So on our web, we only had the posts, I mean the route for editing. So let's have again for saving. So I'll just duplicate this and then I'll say edit. Here we'll have save, and then we don't need the ID definitely, so we don't need all that. And then here we'll just have save edit. And then let's copy this. Let's go to our controller. Let's create a method for it. So public function save edit, don't need anything there, but we need to pass a request because we'll be sending form data here. So this is going to be accessible using the request. And now here we need now to know how to edit it. Now how to edit, you will get the user information. So user is going to be user details, and we'll get where the record is ID. The ID here is on the request. I'll show you how we're going to do that. And we just want to access the ID, and then we want to access the method that allows us to edit, all right? And that is first. Then once we have that, we'll check if user has any result, and if it has, we now use the user record to update these details that we want. So the first thing is full names, and this is going to be in our request, and we want to access full names, remember. Then we do again user, we have DOB, so we can DOB, and this is going to be request and DOB. And then we also have user, we have ID number. All this information is on the form, so request ID number, like that. Once we are done, we just need to do user again and save. This will replace everything that we obtained on our user object here. And then once we are done, we just need to redirect back to the home page. So return, pull this up, so return redirect, and where do we want it to redirect? Home. Okay, and we can even pass with data. Definitely we need to pass with, and what we want is data, otherwise we'll have an error again. And the data that we want is user detail, all, like that. So something that we didn't do is we didn't add the user ID here. So here, apart from CSRF, we'll add another hidden input that will have our user ID. It's not a must you do this, but I like doing it. So here we'll have name, this ID, value, it's going to be user, so it's going to be user, access the first element, and just pass ID like that. And this is hidden, so let me just also do hidden so we don't see it on our form. Okay, so I'll go back, reload this, no error. If we view source, you'll see that we have another hidden input here with the ID, and you'll just have the value of the ID of the user that we want to edit. So let's update this information. So John Doe, let's remove, let's have just him as John and update it. Here we have a problem. The problem that we have is we haven't changed anything here, so we need to do edit. This form, when it submits, it goes to edit, save, right? Yeah, we need to do that. So it will go to edit, save, and then we'll go to this controller. So let's reload this page and do it again. So update. We have a problem. Yeah, we didn't change this. This is supposed to be post. Apologies. So John, let's have John, update. There you go. So we have edited John. We can edit also, I can edit myself here. Let's say we just need first name, so let me remove my last name, then edit or update user information. And as you can see, now we are able to edit this user information. Perfect. Now that we are done with that, let's now create another route for deleting this information, because when we come here we have edit and delete. Okay, so let's be able to edit this information. So I'll go here, and actually we don't need again this, so we'll go back to our welcome, and we head a route with delete, and we're just passing the ID, and this will be just a get route. I'm not going to do a lot of it, so just do route get, and I'm just going to pass in delete and the ID of the post that I want us to delete. Then we'll create, this is in the user details controller, and this is a class, and we want to access the method delete. I said it's not good to just use the same exact names. Please try to rename your functions much better to understand you're deleting what. So here we'll just create another function, public function, same name as what we had on our route, and here we are passing a variable delete. No, ID, sorry, it's ID. Then here we need to get the user, so user is gonna be user details. We want to find where the ID of this user is the same as the ID that we have here, and then without much things to do, just click and say delete this user. And once it's done, we will redirect again back. So I'll just copy these and paste it here, and we want to redirect, back home with again the user information, so you can see we have deleted. Okay, and we again have not handled in case this user does not exist, so we're supposed to check whether this first of all exists before we check, right? Or we can even have, instead of having this on here, you can just have the delete here, but this is more advanced. Okay, just take it slow. Let's go slow. There'll be so many other Laravel lessons coming in for advanced users. So, but today I want you to first of all to understand just the flow. Okay, so we go back to our route. Let's just reload it for us just to make sure. So let me delete myself, so I'll just delete it. The user is deleted. You can also delete John here. Let's delete Marudo. Yeah, as you can see, we are deleting now the records. Now in most cases you won't be using the same way that we've done. Probably in production environments you'll be doing something different. We still have a lot to cover. We have not covered anything to do with sign up or sign in. We have not done anything to do with validation. We have also not done anything in regards to named routes, components, and so many other things in Laravel that we're supposed to cover. So we are not going to cover them in this class. So up to this part, I want to consider that you are now fully conversant with Laravel, and even the next classes that are going to come are going to be more of advanced in nature. Okay, and once you have these basics, it's really going to be helpful to you, and there are so many other places and jobs that you can get on Laravel. Also do your own practice. You can go to Laravel website and read the documentation. It's very, very healthy, and you learn a lot. I'm pretty sure that we have covered probably basic for every beginner. To me, this was the eye-opening. Everything I needed to learn about Laravel was based on what I've taught you actually. How to create, how to delete, how to update record, how to link the views and the controllers and the models, and the same path that I used to learn is what I've taught you. Hopefully that you'll now advance from it. Of course I know more on Laravel than what I've just shown, but I'm not here to show you what I know. I'm just here to teach you so that you can understand the flow and what is important, right? So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have learned something. I hope you're going now to take initiative to learn more, and also to just be looking on the channel to learn and find more videos that I'll be posting. Probably the next video will be validation. It will be a series on its own. We'll go to user roles. It will be a series on its own. So this will be a lot will cover, so that at least by the end of maybe this quarantine or whatever, you guys will have learned so many things from this channel, and even from other developers as well. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the below. Don't also forget to like, comment, and say something, and also like this video, right? That will give me motivation to just keep doing more and more and more and more, right? So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. So let's meet in our next video. Thank you very much.